People tell me love is true. They tell me love, what love can do. You keep on telling me love, and never sleep.
Hey everybody, here we are. If I can't dance, you can keep the revolution. Tonight, Tuesday, September 13th, 1994, a primary day here, and only 1 out of 5 of you have voted. And I bet the ratio would be less in this room. my mic. Damn it. I'll be right with you. Hello, everybody. Here I am. Do you have to start over again? It's me, it's Coca Crystal. If I can't dance, you can keep your revolution. And tonight is a very special night for many reasons. One, our guests are Judith Malina and Steve Ben Israel of the Living Theater, here to talk about a play that is a kind of a 30-year reunion, a resurrection, a replay of mysteries and other smaller pieces.
There's no other there, they're just...
Smaller.
Is this mic on?
Is that mic on?
Can I be heard?
What do you mean no? Well, can you? There's another mic behind. Oh, Jesus. Okay, here we go. Judith, this is for you.
Thank you.
But can we have another mic? You know, one of the great things about live TV...
Is there a mic on?
Is there any mic on? No, not yet.
Why don't you take this one,
It's all right,
Steve, and I can
it's all right.
keep quiet for a few
It's
moments.
okay.
Talk into her chest. Very
Here,
fine.
talk to my chest.
Anyhow, here's what's going on. The Living Theater is doing another production of mysteries and smaller pieces. Is that right?
Very, very good.
That's right.
And it's down at Theater for the New City, which is like First Avenue and like 11th Street or 10th Street.
9th and 10th.
9th and 10th. I was close.
We could do all of this in
And
pairs.
it's fabulous. And you must go. And they're going to be there till September 25th. And one of the interesting things about this particular play is that they did this play 30 years ago. And that's fantastic.
We did it when we were elves, and now we're doing it as grown-ups.
Right. I hope someone heard you say that.
Yes, we are,
Judith.
it's like a historical recurrence.
Yes.
And it speaks of this, the mystery of the recurrence.
It's also a mystery.
Which is also one of the mysteries, which is maybe the greatest of the smaller pieces, that it recurs, and that cycle of energy that took place some 25, 30 years ago, it may seem to recede, but it's still there. It's been simmering all along, and I think we're ready to open out to it.
In the New York Times, over there. Yeah. Can we pass that down? Oh, this is good. I doubt that. I mean, thank you very much. It says about you, Judith, in the New York Times last Wednesday, September 7th, that says, and when Judith Malina, who founded the group with her husband, Julian Beck, sits half lotus style before a candle, chanting for an end to social and economic injustice, you get the sense that on one level, she has never left that position since 1964.
Imagine sitting cross-legged for 30 years.
Well, I understand the metaphorical nature of what this guy said.
I trust I do too, and I appreciate it. The Times is not always kind to me, which makes me especially appreciative when it is. Because I think maybe we're getting through.
Well, this is all part of something that Bob Fast calls keeping the spirit alive.
Oh, yes.
And you are certainly the greatest propounder of keeping the spirit alive, and we celebrate and salute you.
I want to do a little more than keep the spirit alive. I want to go into the next step. However, maybe my wanting to go, if enough of us want to go into the next step, then the spirit will be alive until the next step.
But what is the next step?
Oh, the next step is the beautiful, nonviolent anarchist revolution.
Whoa!
No, this isn't something that's going to occur on a certain date.
Oh, okay.
This is something that is
There's nothing
ongoing.
in between that. Yeah.
It's ongoing.
Okay.
It's already happening.
Actually, we do have an opening date for this. We have called ahead to the future. We called somebody who's been eating a lot of cauliflower for many years now. It was the perfect, and we heard that this was the conditions were going to occur on September 13th.
Yes.
2015, and I think it's not a long wait. I think it's very close. The important thing is that to make sure it's always good to work when you know you have a deadline.
Exactly.
But here we call it a
gives
lifeline.
you a goal.
We call this a lifeline, and so that's we have a date.
Yeah, well, you know, the revolutionaries of the year 2000, which is practically upon us, are still only, what, 13 years old? The people that are going to be the student
Yes.
revolution of the year 2000
Are now 13.
are now about 13 years old, 12, 13, 14
Wow.
years old. So everything is possible in terms of the fact we're dealing with we're dealing with a new wave of people. We're dealing with people that
Well, they
that
are
very
probably
promising.
then Generation Y, because they're younger than Generation X.
Well, we booked the Times Square for 1999 for that
Oh, very
New
nice.
Year's Eve party, and we're going to have a lot of these people ready at that time to do this dance.
So, anyhow, this play is 30 years old, and it's playing at Theater for the New City till September 25th. And with your kind of plays, Steve, you are a co-director.
Yes?
And I didn't know you did direct it.
Well, you know, we're always directing, you know. You go out every day and you say, boy, I'm going to direct myself here, direct myself there. And then when you're working with other actors, oh, there are people who are directing themselves.
What direction
here.
am I in?
And all of a sudden we have a specific direction to take here. And but I spoke to one of the actors who was their opening night in 1964 in Paris.
Really?
And he said to me, yeah, the mysteries was always my existential struggle against death, which means that every day when you go out there, it's like coming at you, and you're going, wait a minute, I'm going to keep my love. And all of a sudden, yeah, how much capital punishment, death, I'm in the spirit of the mysteries. The existential struggle against death, because the guy that turned us on a lot way back said to us, you know, the objective was to rob death of its power, and this thing that comes at us. So here in the theater, this play is taking you into this very, very, very deep, place of flowers.
Can we show some pictures from, I don't think this does justice to what's going on there.
Justice, but let's show them.
We could show these. And Gianfranco Montaigne took these
Yes,
pictures,
he did.
who we love. I don't know if anybody, oh, there you are, our darling. And we'll get some of these. Anyhow, there's quite a large cast, over 20 people in it.
Yes, we've got 22 people on the stage.
And
It's a very good company. It's one of the...
how does someone get into this company?
You know what I always say?
What do you always
ask
say?
That. People ask me that a lot.
Okay,
and
another
I always
picture.
say that the first sign of a person having, the right qualities to be a member of the group is that they can figure out how to become a member of the group.
Wow.
If you can't figure out how to attract the interest of this group,
Then you have no business being
how
in
are
it.
you going to
Yeah.
attract the audience? That is the
that's the
initiative to
picture.
figure out how to get in there and make it happen, which
That's
is
very
essentially what our
interesting.
plays are asking. How do we get in there and make it happen? So there's another answer. The other answer is, if there are 22 people in the group,
Right.
you've got to make 22, you've got to find a way to make 22 people really feel they don't want to work without you, they don't want to live without you, they need you, they are inspired by you. they want to do the rest of their creative life with you. If you can make 22 people believe that, you're in.
They are asking me to ask you to speak louder. I guess in a more theatrical
Yes,
way.
I will speak more theatrically.
Turn up the
It
volume
was
in
a
the
film,
control
I
room.
think.
Come on, give us a break there.
So you and Steve together have directed this play.
Yes,
And is this the first time you've directed together?
yes.
And
No,
how-
as Steve says, we're all directing all the time.
You know, when this show first opened up, it almost was like a collective direction in some ways.
Sure it was.
That's what happened in these great creative moments. You know, the creative process is very mysterious, and certain times all of a sudden, I have to stay awake and make sure I get this all in. So, and all of a sudden there it is, and you have this incredible, creative experience.
I mean, we have now, as we had then, a very creative company. And there are times when the company is more creative and times when the company is preparing to become more creative. But this is a very good moment, and that was a very good moment. Which is to say, we sit down and generate the play.
This play has a capacity to create a company.
I went on Saturday night, by the way, and I love the play. And I guess that if I were to go every single night, it would be subtly different, or even maybe more than subtly different on different nights.
Like life.
It's very
There's room for...
Oh, it's very different.
For many years, people would say to me, "What do you do? Performance art?" And I say, "No, I do performance life." And that's the real difference here.
Now, Steve, it says in the program that you've been associated with the Living Theater for 28 years.
Yeah, darn tootin' happy. Hey, what do you say there, buckaroo? Keep smoking.
When did you first, well, I guess 28 years ago, how did you come in contact with the Living Theater?
Da da da. Oh wow, Gene, boom. Really? And really? Yeah, okay, I'll see you Tuesday.
Oh, please join us.
Okay?
And here we are, Tuesday. But Tuesdays are not long for us. We're going to be moving to Fridays. Friday, so I thought, I told you this, but I wanted to tell you on the air that I, in fact, was born the same year as the Living Theater.
And flowering like it. That's wonderful.
And I sort of think of you as my mom.
Well,
I'm sorry.
oh, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
Well, let me just put it this way. I wish I had had a mom like you.
Well, thank you.
That would have been a lot different trip than the
Or
one
you
I
can
was
just
on.
or you can just go, "Ma," and wipe out all those wishes.
You must speak to my daughter about this.
Here, Mom.
Yes.
So
So the Living Theater, you've been with it 28 years, on and
I've
off?
been associated. I've been
Associated,
with many years. I'm and from time to time, one resurrects one's relationships in this mode of theater.
Exactly. I was very much reminded of my first association with you when I saw the play, because there was sort of a dying scene amongst many, many people. And I remember in 1972 or thereabout, I came to you and said, help my women's action group, the Emma Goldman Brigade, do some makeup so we can look like we've been hit by napalm. And you gave us a workshop in not only the makeup, but actually how to die.
Yeah, I remember it was me and Pamela came to
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was somewhere in like Hunter or something.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it was some wild and weird place.
Yes, Steve has been a tremendous creative contributor to our style, to our thinking,
You
to
see,
our
if there was
modus.
30 or 40 or 50 living theaters, then I could jump around. If I'm able to jump here, I give a jump there.
Well, what did you think about today's primary?
Oh, you're talking to the wrong guy. I'm sorry. You're not talking about any, ma'am, you are not talking about any of our boys and girls, so we don't kind of follow those people.
No, I didn't think so.
They're in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, look at what the election is. It's a promise that the minority is willing to submit unquestioningly to the will of the majority. What a terrible way to run something, to put the majority in charge and say the minority has to obey the will of the majority.
That's right. Majority
this is a terrible
rule
idea.
is minority
and it's the foundation
oppression.
of a golden ideal of democracy.
That's right.
Now something's wrong there. So I didn't vote.
I'm not interested in who's the different corrupt politicians in New Jersey. I don't give a shit about who is the corrupt politicians of New Jersey. I give a shit about, hey, you school of people there trying to improve the quality of life. You want to talk about that?
Yes,
But this
I do.
guy saying, this guy's full of shit, this guy's full of shit, you know, it's like, you know, the Ayatollah and George Bush calling each other an infidel, you know what I mean? You're a fucking infidel. I'm a fucking infidel. Fuck I'm a fucking infidel. I'm a fucking infidel. That's fine. You're a fucking infidel. Fuck you fucking infidel. Fuck me, a fucking infidel. Fuck you fucking infidel. You call me a fucking infidel. Fuck you fucking infidel. I'm a fucking infidel. Fuck you fucking infidel.
That's incredible.
You know, this infidel and a lot of other words are like going to be disappearing somewhere in the language also. Remember we talked about the future. We thought we had sent somebody ahead in the year 2018.
Yes.
You know, and we found out that certain words like kill and maim were no longer needed in the dictionary. I mean, the old dictionaries weren't burned. They said, if you want to know about kill, look it up in the library, in the old dictionary, because in the new dictionary we don't have that more. We don't have infidels, we don't have kill and maim and all these other things.
1,000 words for love.
We're going to recycle all those old dictionaries.
That's what we need.
You'd be amazed the amount of words that are going to be taken out of the dictionary in the future.
Now, Steve, at the play, although I don't want to get too personal here, there was a fellow who met you outside, and he said that he had known you in like 1965 in Berlin.
Yeah.
Now, that's incredibly hip. What were you doing there then?
Doing theater.
Really?
Doing theater. And trying to get rid of the Berlin Wall.
Uh-huh.
We were
Took you a long time.
against that.
Well, you know, it was like we tried some very mysterious ways how to do that, you know, and
Well, it finally worked.
theater, you know. The thing is that I remember some of us went to West Berlin and did this thing on the wall, and then we went to East Berlin and did something from the other side of the wall, because you got to wiggle it from both sides, or else it doesn't really mean shit, you know. And,
well, you know, we have had luck in being able to, you know, and having the means to go where the action is, so that like we were in Paris the night of May 13th in 1968, you know, right there, right in the barricades, taking the Odeon Theater, right that in the heart of it, so that we went to Brazil in a much darker sense during the military dictatorship.
Sure.
Because
what year was that?
1970, 71. Because that's where it seemed to be important to be. We went to Pittsburgh when the steel industry was self-destructing. We went to Italy when all the factories were on strike and played inside the struck factories. Many such adventures where we're able to go to the heart of something. Right now we're talking about going to Sarajevo.
Really?
There's some plans being made for us to go there and do some work there. So that again and again we want to be where something's moving, where something's happening. That's why we want to continue our play against the death penalty.
That's why they call it the movement. Oh yes, tell us about that.
That's a very interesting work.
It occurs whenever there's someone to be executed.
when there's an execution, and at the hour of the execution we're on the street in three parts of the play. The first part saying, don't do it.
Right.
And we talk about this person, and we talk about his mother and his life and what he's accused of. And we make the audience feel that this is a human being in great trouble. And then the second part is like a vigil countdown of the last half hour or hour of this person's life, with a clock waiting for death. And it's very Artodian. It's the only play, I think, in which the protagonist really dies. Really dies, and it's horrifying.
The concept
it's very horrifying.
Not in my name comes in?
Well, we're saying that this is done under the law.
Yeah,
This is
for the
approved
people,
murder for the people, but not in our name.
Right.
And then we have a very beautiful third part,
Yeah?
in which we try to reverse the cycle of violence. And we thought a long time about how can we do that in the
Yeah.
face of this guy's just been killed.
Right, what do you do?
We go out into the audience and we touch some stranger in Times Square and we say, I swear to you that I will never kill you.
Okay.
Can you promise me the same?
Yes, I can.
All right, we've reversed, to this degree, we've reversed the cycle of violence.
Absolutely.
So that's the
It goes for
beginning.
you too, Steve.
The beginning is a moment of compassionate understanding with one other soul, and
It builds
that's
from
the
there.
beginning
Absolutely.
of the reversal.
Whoa, cool. Now, do we dare, sometimes we get some calls, and I know you've been on the show before, and we've gotten some calls where people have known who you were and had intelligent questions and have sort of brought the whole thing forward. Other times,
And
they're...
vice versa.
Can I just throw something here about capital
Please.
punishment?
Please.
I saw Brando's book in the store today,
Uh-huh.
and there's this, I don't know if it's in the book, but I remember this vigil for Carol Chessman way back.
Yeah.
And he was there. And I remember this picture of Brando standing there as Brando, who he was in those days, and stood there, in support of this guy being allowed to live.
Yes.
And just, I know since 1972, 46 men in America who would have been put to death because of stays for various reasons, including one recently they found out, and one guy who was supposed to be executed in Florida, it wasn't him.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah, sure.
it's, yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that with us. Now we're going to see if these viewers are paying attention. Hello, are you paying attention?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
My name is Stefan Omar, and I'm calling from Hull, West Hull.
How do you do?
How are you? I enjoyed your show. I just tuned in. I've seen you before, and I
Thank
listened to
you.
you with interest.
And
Pardon me?
And you.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup. What I'd like to ask your guests is, first of all, I'm interested in their work. They seem like they're very interesting people, very passive people.
They seem that way.
Beautiful people. We're all, quote, underlined, rejects from the old bohemian generation, quote, underlined.
I don't know about the reject part.
Well, maybe I should rephrase it, but where can we see your work?
Oh, glad you asked.
Yeah, well, I mean, exactly where are you? Oh, good, okay.
Mysteries in Smaller Pieces is now playing at the Theater for the New City from Thursdays through Sunday nights until the 25th of
Is there a phone
September.
number they could call for that place?
Yes.
It's 254-1109 if you want to, go down to this theater.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for
I'm very
calling.
interested. Thank you very much.
I hope you'll get a chance to see it because it's interesting and fun, and you'll be glad you did.
I'm going to bring a group with me, I promise.
Excellent.
Great.
Very nice. Thank you.
Bye now.
Okay, a call from West Harlem. Hello. You're on the air, line 4. No? Not to do that. Okay. We're going to look for another call and tell you that next week we have a really incredibly exciting and interesting show because Judith and Steve are going to be coming back.
Are we coming back?
And Mike Chance will be
Yes,
here.
we'll do the second thing. That'd be fun.
It'll be
Great,
so
great.
much fun.
Great.
Now, do we have another call? Who knows? I had, there were so many great moments. I can't, say every little part that I liked about the play, but it was just...
Can I tell you something about this piece?
Would you?
When this piece, I don't want to go into how it all came together, but when this piece began, when all of a sudden one of the actors said, we'll put Tom on stage and let the audience look at him for 10, 11, 12 minutes and just become one with him. And then he said something else, and then somebody said something else, and then somebody something else, and it just kind of grew and it grew and it grew. And then when we played it, I think only then did we know what we had.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's a very powerful opening.
I had no
you know,
idea.
and then the first night in Paris in '64, you know, the audience stayed for like an hour. The audience took all the chairs and piled it up to the ceiling.
Really?
And came over to me and said, "Man, man, that's just like blew me away."
It did.
And I said, "Blew you away? Blew you away?"
Yeah,
Am I standing up?
Let's see what they're saying on the phone. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay.
This is Rasad calling.
This is what?
Rasad.
It's one of the actors in Mysteries of Smaller People.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hey.
You were great.
What's that? Thank
You were great.
You know I am this guy. I don't think you know, but that's really bad.
Well, if you were in the play, you were great because I thought everyone was great.
Thanks. You're fantastic yourself.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
I like your shade.
Thank you.
Are you covering up your eyes?
Yes, I am. I'm glad you pointed that out. I'll show you why, briefly. It's sad. Okay, wait.
What's up?
Okay. Hi.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The lights are too bright, huh?
They really are.
Anyway, I'm good to see you guys on the air there, getting a nice little...
Are you getting a little rest before your next performance?
Am I what?
Getting a little rest.
Yes, I'm playing the guitar.
All right.
Hey.
Are you the person?
Does
Does he play guitar? No.
Alright, let me go back to playing the guitar, teach myself a bit.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
All right. See? There are people there who know.
You know, I've just written a play myself. It's very short. It's like 7 seconds. It's ridiculous. It's like...
Could you perform that play now?
I want to do it. I want to do it with 100 actors. It would still be 15 minutes. You know, it's like every actor comes out and they go one at a time. To be a mensch. Ah, that is the answer. and they walk off slowly, and then a woman comes on.
That's
and
right.
she gets she gets the purple light. She wants the purple light, whatever.
Yeah.
She does the same line, walks off, and one after another. You know.
Yes.
And I think if we could get certain
Well, with a bunch of
politicians, we're going to try and get maybe
Great.
as the 175th person.
And there are so many variations.
Well, we're going to try and some people from Yugoslavia.
Exactly. Translation.
It's a kind of training. We're going to send in the leadership from all these countries at war to come in for this men's training we're going to have. It's
Let's
free.
take another call. Do we dare? We're doing so well.
Wrist it.
Hello?
Hello.
It's you.
Hello.
Hi.
I was curious as to where you got your inspiration from.
These people.
Yeah.
Good. Not me.
No, no.
You know where you get your inspiration from? You get it from all the people going way back to the first people who all throughout history said, wait a minute, I think there's something else. Wow, oh
Yeah.
shit, oh wow, oh shit. There's all these people who've been going, oh wow, all through history, and they've passed on this wow. It's human, it's consciousness, it's compassion, it's respect, it's understanding, it's responsibility, it's hope, it's mutual aid.
You have to ask.
All the best things that have been handed down to us, and this is what our inspiration is, and you'll find it in every culture and history, and every country has those people who have said,
Hey.
Yes.
Thank
You
you. That
said
was
it.
a great
Beautiful.
question. And a better answer.
Great answer.
It's time to dance. Thank you, lovely people, for being here. I'll see you next week. And you too. Uh-oh, look at this.